10. Going public. Recognition does not equal success. I'll never forget when my journalism law professor, the late Richard Swartzchaluz, recommended I get E.B. White's The New Journalism. I was halfway through Northwestern's prestigious magazine publishing graduate program and realized I didn't want to publish magazines. I wanted to write. Go find The New Journalism, he said with a pat, and you'll see what's possible. Published in 1973, The New Journalism had excerpts from edgy nonfiction writers who incorporated fiction technique to unparalleled effect. Tom Wolfe, Joan Didion, and Gay Talese were among them and are still considered literary giants today. I slept with a book under my pillow. The most outrageous contributor was Hunter S. Thompson, the scoundrel who got in deep with the Hells Angels, revealed Southern racism at the Kentucky Derby, and truly exposed the dark side of Las Vegas. He consistently reported while being drunk and high and antisocial. He was also a master of words. To the untrained eye, it will be easy to assume that the former somehow enabled the latter. That would be a lie. When Hunter S. Thompson died of an apparent suicide in 2005, one of his most shared quotes was from an old 1974 Playboy magazine interview. He says, "One day you just don't appear at the El Adobe bar anymore. You shut the door, paint the windows black, rent an electric typewriter, and become the monster you always were, the writer." In other words, behind Thompson's drunken binges and crazy partying was sober work. It is always work. It will always be work. Work is behind everything. Today, it isn't necessarily cocaine sniffs and tequila chasers. It is tweeting about the next novel you're going to do when you haven't written the last 5 books you've talked about. It is launching a Kickstarter campaign for something you know you don't have the passion to follow through on. It is networking at conferences, at parties, and at coffee shops about your brilliant idea that you could have, should have, started literally years ago. It is the flash before the fire. It is the dessert before the main course. It is cheating. We worry about selling out for security or big bucks, but the most dangerous selling out is you removing the work and soaking in the fun and the accolades that are supposed to be a reward for that very work. There is mounting scientific proof that saying you are going to do something and getting props for it taps the same part of your brain that recognizes reward for actually doing it. In other words, you could lose the motivation to achieve your goal simply because you've already gotten part of that reward, recognition. The results are sad. It is the drunken journalist who doesn't know what questions to ask. It is the potential writer posting endlessly about the new book he should have already been drafting. And it is the wannabe entrepreneur publicizing an app that they haven't even started developing. What they fail to understand is that the real spoils aren't the recognition, awards, or money, but growth, insight, and impact. And that only comes with work. There's no hack to that.